matching hundreds. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up is...
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Dallas Cowboys. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second and 9, Garoppolo. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Second and 4. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a first down.
Hey, Zoo.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
61, Matchbox Lights.
24 is the mic. I'm here all day. Check 43.
Big Rip.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back to throw here. Completes it to Samuel. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. The numbers on the ground last week for Ballage. 22 carries, 109 yards.
He's having a nice season.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Malik Collins gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the...
Hey, orbit.
55 is Mike, guys. 55.
Hey.
They'll set up to throw. Jones has it. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move. Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on it, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. Ended up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But
and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Malik Collins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. John Simon in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Squeeze.
Kill.
Look at me. Zipper. Get it.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, If you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
But no takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And he's going to go down again. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now.
He's got a man, complete. It's a gain of 35.
Let go.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man Johnson. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Yo, go, go!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones Gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hey, Delta.
On play action, they'll throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown to this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Mike. Yes. Bravo. Five.
They'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, my 7.
55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike.
It's out.
2nd and 10. This is caught. And he'll be out of bounds. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Topper.
56. Mike,
Move.
56.
2nd and 3. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So we reach half. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this 2nd half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Foxtrot.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 51.
Gone.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good sock, baby. That's baby sock.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 23 yards the pickup there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover that.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Get him, boys. Yeah.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here we go.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again.
Got him. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Collins getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
60 Pittsburgh.
This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
5.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Check. 55 to Mike.
Yep.
55 to Mike.
Looking to throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. John Simon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Recon, 132 fighter.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. Right
Hey, Wahoo! Now!
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Be grip.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Malik Collins able to record his 5th sack of the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Garoppolo. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go. 120.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180.
Check 56. Hey, QB's trash. Let's go.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
And that one, an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score, couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within one score would have been a powerful motivator for their defense to take the field with.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Deuce.
Go. Ready.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll drop the throw. It's caught. Jones. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Slam, slam.
Hey, Zoo. Zoo.
They're going to look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Hey, Orban.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. N'Keal Harry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes our score 17-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
That was your first time watching.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Garoppolo looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man here, Sims complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. The throw taken in by Sims. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Garoppolo, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Garoppolo again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Come on, Lyle. Come on, Lyle. We better than that.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying?
Here we go.
Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team.
And he's going to go down again.
Come on.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Get it.
Milage. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And his throw here's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Johnson the intended target. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the